What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV,
Jamar 4.
and we are here for a brand new episode of the Prelude. Look, y'all. Look, we was trying to wait until the episode ended. We really was, but George was already here on time. Jamar was already here on time. I wasn't here on time. So it wasn't no point for us to keep on sitting here waiting, like total sitting home waiting for you, staring at these walls is all I do. You know what I'm saying? We were trying to wait. Look at Tramiel, whack ass. Look at Tramiel, talking about some finally here. Look, we were trying to wait for the show to end.
He
We were
texted
trying
me
to wait for the
where
show
the
to end.
Prelude at. Shit.
We were trying to wait for the show to end first. Okay. So without any further ado, Jamar, do you want to take the reins to introduce our special guest tonight?
So tonight's special guest is a cast member from the hit reality show Chasing Dallas of the Chasing Reality brand. He's a businessman. He's an entrepreneur. Mr. George Sloan. I hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly.
I think you are. Did he pronounce your name right?
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Listen, we're going to have to do that again. It just didn't. Let's go. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go backstage and get ready again. No, I'm just kidding. Did you say Sloan or slogan?
I said slow.
Yeah, so it's Sloan. So it's okay. It's like the word loan and put an S in front of it. So it's Sloan.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
okay,
so you did good.
I was about to say, oh shit, did I fuck it up? Did I miss
Well, yeah,
perfect.
We're winning. You're winning.
Oh my
far, all 10
What is going on? How are y'all?
We are
I'm doing
good.
great.
As a matter of fact, I know people have been waiting for me to have a conversation with George because I'm always reading George in my reviews all the time, and he knows it too. So of course everybody's been
Is
waiting.
that what we call him these days? Is that what we call him today?
I'm just saying, child.
Oh my Lord Jesus, we already getting started. How long we been live?
I'm not.
I have tough skin, so it doesn't bother me. It's a key.
I'm glad that it doesn't, because I've been in situations where it bothers a couple of people when I don't really mean no harm, but it is what it is.
Look, I'm so glad I'm catching up because I'm a late bloomer to Dallas, but y'all are a mess.
Aren't they acting up?
It's just them acting up.
It's just them. Okay, see.
No, I mean, listen, I'm on there to have a good time. That's what I was thinking. That's what we was doing, and then it ain't coming off that way. So, we got. What our problem is? We got to put these cups down. I feel like if we put these cups down, and I feel like if we put them cups down as I take a drink.
Right, as you
take a drink.
I feel like if we put these cup downs in these scenes, we can probably get through some of them. But gays plus liquor and shade is gonna always be some drama.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it's gonna be.
Always.
But it's a good time. It's entertaining. I will say that. But thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for having me
on our platform. And even though we've given you an introduction, we want to give you the chance to tell us who you are, what it is that you do, and an interesting fact about yourself that people may not know.
Okay, so I'm George Sloan. I live here in Dallas, Texas. I do a couple of things for I'll say 9 to 5. I'm in the financial services industry. Outside of that, I do a couple of little model gigs here and there. I am a brand ambassador for the Zulu line. I also just did a deal for a man makeup cosmetic line. I have a hookah business that's called Blazing Hookah, which we only do private parties. So we typically do 25 people or less. So I do a lot. I'm big in investments. I believe that investments is the future for financial wealth and also generational wealth. So I don't have a lot of it, but I'm big into that. And then also I work in the funeral home industry, and I've been in that industry since about 2008. So yeah, that's what I do. A fun fact about me, believe it or not, for those who watch the show, I'm a very goofy person. I love to have a good time with my friends, and I'm the life of the party, believe it or not. I know some of y'all are shocked about that, but
I'm like, you probably would see that if they follow you like on Instagram and watch the stories.
Oh,
Right.
then yeah. You'll
I
see
feel like
that for
that's
sure.
that's a lot more where you see his goofier side and the
Mhm.
less serious side that's produced on the show anyway.
I'm very passionate, and when you do me wrong, I'm very passionate about anything you say about me. So my responses are very much so not angry. It's from a passionate place. I'm serious about my name.
What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
Air
Let's move.
sign.
Huh?
Air sign, like me. Air sign.
Oh yeah. But you know what's crazy is I'm not really into signs. I have met guys that wanted to date me, or I've dated guys, and the first thing, or in the conversation is like, so what's your sign? And what's your rising? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not into that. If I like you, I like you. If I want you, you go, no, I want you. I don't give a damn. We both Libras. I don't care if you're a Scorpio. I don't even know if Scorpios and Libras go together, but if I want you, I want you. I'm not into that. I worship the God, the head, the three in one, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. I'm not really into the
Okay.
atmosphere type thing.
Really? I mean, I'm not either. It's just fun.
Yeah.
I use it as an icebreaker most of the time.
Well, y'all gonna stop that in 2022. We're not going into 2022 asking on the first date or the first time you meet them. What's your sign? You gonna miss your blessing because you feel
Well,
like
I
you're
don't particularly ask them what they signs are, because to be honest, I really don't give a damn what they sign is, to be honest. Like if we mesh, we mesh. If we don't, we don't. It's just, I just blame they sign for they fuck shit at the end of the relationship.
That's my
so you let it ride all during the relationship, but at the end you incorporate the sign. Okay.
But at the end, I'd be like, that fucking Sagittarius. That was the issue.
I should have listened to the universe.
Pretty much.
Exactly. Put all the blame on the universe. That way I don't gotta be accountable for nothing.
Exactly.
So initially I was gonna go, ask like how we got into like, with the hookah business, but it seemed like you're just like an all-around entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
So like, did you sort of develop that on your own? Did somebody sort of instill entrepreneurial spirit into you that you modeled yourself out after, or?
Well, in general, I've always kind of held down two jobs unexpectedly, right? So financial services is my full-time. That's what I do, but I've always been in the funeral home industry. So I've always worked, and I actually got in both of those industries at the same time in 2008. So I've always did them both. And then I started kind of venturing off, like when I moved to Dallas, and kind of, started like moving about, meeting people, doing networking events, going to networking events, and, meeting the right people. It was kind of like, oh, you know what? I like this networking thing. And then it was like, okay, so what can I add to that? How can I continue to build a brand, build finance, build wealth for myself? And so that's how I kind of like dived into it. The whole hookah business, and as I stated, that business was already originated. Then the pandemic hit. And so when the pandemic hit, I was like, listen, I'm going to do my primary job because that's my breadwinner. That's how I make my, that's my breadwinner. I kind of stepped away from the funeral home because people were dying like left and right. And, all we got in the funeral home was like bodies from COVID. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. And so then my friend was like, well, we was at the house one night talking. He was like, we should go in a partnership. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, let's talk about it. So we kind of sat down, looked at the numbers, kind of saw what type of money they were making. And it was like, how can we rebrand this? And so that's how that thing kind of like came about. So when season 2 came, it was like, okay, I have a hookah, I'm a part, which I said in my Christmas party that it was a partnership. And it was already pre-existing prior to me coming along and joining the partnership. So I bought into the business. So rightfully so, it made me ownership into the business.
Okay, period. Look. We love a good business mind. That's what you got to be these days. So is there an industry that you haven't tapped in yet that you would like to tap into?
No. I kind of feel like right now I'm in the reality world on this stage, and I'm good and comfortable where I am right now. There's a thing called work-life balance, and if you don't exhibit that, you can, that's your health on the line. And I know people who stretch themselves very thin. I do a lot, and I think Scotty, were you on that live a couple Sundays ago? When Risha was like, I didn't have nothing because I wasn't doing, like, I didn't have anything to show. No, I was never available. She did say something true. There has been times when I was just like, I'm busy. I'm working. I can't film, or I don't want to show this on the show. So yeah, but as of right now, to answer your question, I have enough on my plate, and I'm grateful and I'm comfortable where I am now.
Woo, Jamar, that sounds like us.
At this point,
Yeah.
at this point, we was asking for we was at a low place, not really having much going on at all. Now we got too much shit going on.
Yeah.
I'm grateful though. I'm grateful. I gotta say, I didn't want to be unappreciative.
Yes, yeah, we
damn.
grateful though, but God
It's
damn.
a blessing when you have to tell people no.
Yeah.
Like, no, unfortunately, I can't. I can't do it.
I start feeling bad though, because I usually be the one to answer my phone, and my own parents be like, "Damn, I feel like I got to make an appointment to talk to my own child."
You should say, and you do. Y'all made an appointment to bring me in this world. I'm grown now. You got to make an appointment to talk to me.
Well, that's facts. That ain't no lies right there.
That sounds so mean though. I don't know.
It ain't mean. It ain't mean. It's just life. That's all that is.
Okay. Well, go ahead, Scott. You up next.
Okay, so we see you being sponsored by different brands. So, what would you say your end goal is in your career with all that you have going on?
My end goal is, I think, it's really to not even, I know that my end goal is ultimately to continue, getting partnerships, brand ambassadoring, and then, one day if I could one day make it to the big screen, I think that'll be great, or just a bigger reality show on a bigger platform. So ultimately the goal would be, to make it to, a bigger platform of reality TV. And if that did happen, I would I would leave my career in the financial services and really focus on my my talent, as far as just being a talent on a show. I'm very cognizant the way that I move on the show, just because I still represent a brand that pays me a very good salary. So I can't just be on the show just being a fool either, because I'm a face of an organization. So if I was to get picked up on a role, or even if the show was picked up on a role and the money was right, I would probably go that route. Look at Nene Leakes. Look at season 1 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And then you look at her now, right? A multimillionaire. And she went from 0 to 100, right? Just
Literally.
on a reality show. So yeah.
Literally 0 to 100. Literally.
Okay, look, they're done.
They're done. Right.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So with that being said, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, is there any plan that you have in 5 years? Like, where do you see yourself, or where do you want to be in 5 years? Let's just say that.
So in 5 years, I would say, if things were to remain the same right now, I have a passion for what I do full time. I love doing financial literacy. I love giving back to the African-American community. I love going out to schools and teaching and talking about financial services and just finances in general. So 5 years from now, if I could walk away and go into 100% entrepreneurship, I would still probably stay in the industry and just give back to the community and still do my side hustles as well.
Okay.
Yep. Come on, side hustle.
All right.
That's what I'm doing.
So how did you initially come across the Chasing Reality brand? I do know that you did make an appearance somewhat on the first season when they had that Easter egg shit they had on the first season. I know you were standing in the background. So how did you come in I was not shading you. Oh, okay. I was not shading you. I just said you was standing in the background.
I was only in the back because the way the camera was angled. If that was me, I would have been in the front. Okay.
Listen, I am not here to shade now. Let's not. Now I'm not here to shade today. But
don't shade me today. I'm a guest on your show.
I'm not here to shade today.
On y'all show, excuse me. But yeah.
But you got me all flustered. I forgot what I said. Okay, so I know that you were on there the first season. You made it. You was whatever. How did you come across the whole reality brand, and what made you want to be a part of it? Let's just say that.
So season 1, Reese actually approached me after getting to know me, after meeting me out in public. She approached me and said, "Hey, I'm about to do this show. I think you have the personality for it. You know a lot of people. You're attractive. It gets to show like Dallas is much more than, in our community, what people think. We sit down, we talked about kind of what's the ideal of the show. And at that time I was reserved because of my careers, right? Because I'm a face for 2 different industries. And so I was like, no, you know, I appreciate you reaching out. We talked a couple of times about it. I was like, I appreciate you reaching out, but I just really don't want to damage my current brand of you know, my current careers. And so that's kind of how it happened. I said, you know, if you need help, you know, if you need something from me and I can help you, just let me know. I'll do my very best to help. So when she actually had the Easter egg hunt, she actually sent me an invite and was like, hey, come out to this. And I didn't even know they were filming.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was just I'm having an Easter egg. I love gatherings because I throw a party all the time. And so I didn't even know they were kind of filming. And so she's like, hey, come to the my event. I'm having a little Easter egg. So dress like really cute and then bring one of your friends, bring a +1. So I was like, okay, cool. When I showed up, it was like, oh, so they filming for this show that she was talking to me about. And so that's kind of how it happened. And then after, you know, I didn't watch a lot of season 1 for personal reasons. And then when season 2 came, Markel, who is my, you know, friend in real life, we were talking. He's like, you really should do it. I think you'll be very great at it because you have a personality. Just try it. And so I was like, okay. And so that's how it came about.
Okay, Jamar, you up next?
Well, I want to get to this because I feel like this is going to be one of the core things that people watching would want to know. In your own words, okay, of nobody else's words but your own. What is the core, at the root, the issue that you have, if it's even still current, with Reese G?
Oh, we getting to the mess now. Already.
Let me just say this. I think Reese does not do well with people who challenges her or who calls her out on nonsense and BS. And because of my background, I'm that person. And you're not going to just do anything to me and say anything to me and think it's okay. And that's where it comes at. And there's a lot of other stuff that he has done. Why I react the way I do with him. Even when we was done filming season 2, he was still on live months later, still talking about me. Now I done blocked you on all my social media, but because a lot of people, you know me from the show, know me in person, know me just in general, would like screenshot her lives to me and was like, I mean, are y'all filming season 3? Like, I'm like, no, what are you talking about? Well, why is she on live talking about you? Like, is the beef with y'all real? And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? And so it was just like, why do you continue? I'm not talking about you. So why do you continuously talk about me? And then like for this season, I think it's more of throwing rock and then hide my hands. And then when it's on the platform and the show is going on, it's like, oh, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what the issue is. For me, as a cast member and as a cast, I see you one way when the cameras are rolling. I see you as a cast member, period. I don't see EP. I see you as a cast member. However, if you done said anything to me crazy, whether it was via email, and we have went back and forth in emails where I was like, hey, not sure what you're used to talking to or who you used to talk to, but you're not going to speak to me that way. I've had to set the record straight a couple of times. So I think what happens is when I do actually see him in person, I think what I've already checked his ass about, it kind of just rolls over
to the show
because it's the same person. And so for me, and I've said in multiple episodes, like, don't stop playing with me off camera and then get on camera and act like you don't know what's going on. For instance, my Christmas party where I introduced the hookah, versus her coming to me and asking me questions, she's calling around asking people who I'm connected to. So does George really have a hookah business, or he just doing this for the show? Like, what's the purpose? And blah 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 blah. And I'm like, if I'm telling on the show that you're executive producer of, shouldn't you be having that conversation with me? But yet you're going out talking to other people who are then coming back to me. And that's why I call them delusional. Because like, do you think the people that you talk to, connected to me, they're not going to come back? Or they're not going to screenshot the shit you're saying to them about me in the DMs? Like, this is why I call him delusional. Because if you think somebody is not going to do that, you're crazy. So it's like, it's a lot. But then we get on camera, it's like, I don't know what's going on. Trey Womack and I are friends. Trey Womack is on live on Facebook one day. And I joined I'm on the live because how it pops up and I joined the live and Trey's like, oh, George is on. Hey, George. She's in the background throwing shade. Like, we're not even filming. So I'm like, so where's it coming from? But then, and this was like last year, of course, this was last year. I don't know if we were done filming season 2 or while we were filming season 2. Or maybe it was after season 2. I can't actually remember the time frame. But it's like, why are you consistently throwing shade? But then we on the show, it's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know. You do know. Because if you open your emails that you and I have, you'll know right then, oh, well, yeah, this probably one of the problems. So you just not going to play with me. And you're not going to talk to me any type of way. Just doesn't work.
Ooh. Well.
And so that's why I've always stood on the stance that he cannot be cast member in EP. Because he don't know how to, he does not know how to split the two. There's things I've sent him an email directly that the other cast members know about. How does that even make sense?
Yeah, I could never.
Make sense? I mean, you're talking. There was an event, there was a situation that recently happened where this crazy ass woman, all of a sudden said, oh, I knocked her ass out in public. Here it is, 3, 4, 5 months since this allegation happened. Ain't no charges been filed. Ain't none of that has happened because it did not happen. I reached out to him as an EP of a show because I'm a face of Chasing Dallas, and we do know that those type of situations are very serious, right? And I'm a brand. I'm a face of this brand. So as a talent on the show that he produces, I reached out to him in good faith, like via email. That's the only way we talk. We don't talk offline. I don't have his number. We don't do any of that. This is what's going on. My attorneys are already on it. I'm just giving you a heads up because I'm a face of Chasing Dallas. I sent that to her in confidential. Mm-hmm. How does the cast already know? How does my castmates know this information? So it's now go back to you sit on these lives and say, well, people can't, say if I'm a cast, they don't know how to split cast member and EP. No, sweetheart, you don't know how to split cast member and EP. And then when the cameras roll, I'm finna eat your ass up. Period. You say anything crazy to me, and I'm finna eat your ass up. That's what it is. And it's unfortunate that it's either her name is brought up to me, or it's like told to me, oh, this was said, this is done, how do you feel about it? And then action, play, go. So it's unfortunate. And to the fans, it may look like I just say, I show up and tell them what I want to talk about. It doesn't work that way in this world, in this industry anyway. So it's unfortunate that it seems like I talk about him all the time. It seems that way. But I feel like he does the exact same to me. And I bring this up all last season. All these fans that say Reese is my what is it called, storyline? What were y'all last year when all she did was talk about me? Oh, okay. It's because it's me. So, yeah.
Well, this is the reason why we do interviews like this, because we do watch the show, we do review the show, and then sometimes things that are seen can be skewed any kind of way it wants to be skewed. So sometimes we get the wrong idea when we're watching the show. Because me watching the show, I'm thinking that you just this shady ass, Phaedra Parks ass, church type of motherfucker on the show. But then I'm on every reviews live with you, and I'm just cracking the fuck up. I'm like, oh, when I watch the show, I don't even be enjoying him on the show like that. But then I'm sitting up here with him. I'm like, let me go follow him on Instagram.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, sometimes when we do interviews like this, it kind of make us look at you guys in a different way, because there are things that we don't know about when we watch the show.
And that's right. And that's rightfully so. There are people who will say in the comment, oh my God, I hate George. I'm like, girl, for an entire season, you probably saw me a total of 2 hours, and you know my whole life. Like, come on. Are you real? Are you being serious? Or you want to be seen in the comments? Talk with sense. So I get it.
I mean,
but I have reading
these, I mean, not reading, but I guess reading comments and just watching these shows and reviewing these shows for as long as we have, like, we understand how it's production's job to create a show, to entertain an audience and whatnot. So they're going to portray people as characters, to play a certain role in the show, to make it entertaining. And like what Scotty said, we usually learn so much more about a person and why they were given that role or why they fit that role in the show from these interviews. So that's why we want to ask, like in your own words, unfiltered by the production lens, what's going on?
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I just named to y'all. That's minimal. That ain't all that he has done. And even this season, that ain't all he has done.
Mm.
So I at this point I feel like I've cleared his ass enough now. I think there's a couple more episodes. I'm gonna clear that ass. But it's like job well done, check.
Oh my gosh. So I want to know, is there anything from either the lemon squeeze and now the pajama party that we did not see?
So at the pajama party, you all did not see so just to put it on the record, I left the show mid-season of filming. I left the show. So that was an event after December left, after all that died down and we quit filming. One of the producers that was there said to me, and I quote this, and I said that he wouldn't have said that to anyone else, but he felt that because the EP didn't like me, I think he felt that he could just say anything to me because he was a part of the production team. And so after we finished filming, he said, y'all should just fight. And I said, violence is never the answer. We're just here to, I'm here to entertain. It's entertainment. You do something to me, I'm gonna make sure I clear your ass. I'm gonna make sure I get back even with you. I'm gonna do that for sure. But I'm not gonna ever on a reality. You're not gonna see me fight. And he says to me, "Well, if y'all not gonna fight, you just need to shut the fuck up."
Oh.
Now this is production. This is production. This is not talent. This is not another cast member. This is production. And so I'm literally like taking a drink when he says, and it like clearly cuts me off guard because I'm like, my own mama don't talk shit. My own employees don't talk to me like that. So it takes me like clearly off guard. So I'm putting my drink down. I'm like, whoa. Before I can get a next word out, Premier goes off because Premier had already said like early in the night that this certain production person was just being too much. So Premier goes off. So they get into it. So I'm trying to like, everybody's trying to like separate them. And I'm like, okay, y'all, let's just go. Let's just go. Let's go somewhere else. Because this is not where it's going to be. At this time, it's me, Markel, we're in the bottom. We're the villains of the show, which we kind of knew that going in this season. So I get an email the next day from Reese, and it pretty much says, I need to have a conversation. I need to reach out to Roderick, and I need to reach out to this production member, and I need to have a conversation with him. And if I choose not to have a conversation with him, then they were gonna have to split ties with me. So my response to her was, it'll be a cold day in hell. I said it in a more professional way, but just to give y'all kind of it'll be a cold day in hell before I reach out to him. I did nothing wrong. I am a talent on the show that I do for free. I don't get a check from Chasing Reality. Whatever income I make from Chasing Reality is what I do myself. I don't get a check from Chasing Reality. I'm talent, that's production. How are you holding him accountable? But instead, you emailed me and you painted the picture that I started something with a production member. So I said, if that's what it is, because I'm not reaching out to him, I'm good. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm good. I was chasing Dallas before Chasing Dallas was here. So I'm good. I'm not missing anything walking away from this. I'm not missing nothing. And so I left the show, and I was probably gone for about 2 months. And then they reached out and was like, hey, so we need to do a green screen so it can just make sense. So I think they were kind of like trying to fade me out. And then before you do this, can Robert call you to have a conversation? Well, if you said that the first time that way, then we wouldn't be in this place. But I was like, sure, this person can reach out to me. And I keep getting his name wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to say the production because y'all always get his name wrong. I've been doing this board for years. But I was like, sure, we have a conversation. So we have a conversation, and they was like, okay, well, since you've had the conversation, we're going to welcome you back. No, I was just told I was coming to do some green screens for what I've already done. I ain't say I wanted to come back. I ain't say I'm coming back. I'm just trying to finish these green screens y'all reached out and asked me for. So that's something I don't think anyone knows.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Very much so.
I feel like I need to refill my cup. Because I was not expecting that
at all.
No, who was? And I'm like, I'm 30. At the time, I was 32, Scotty. I was like, I'm 32 years old. People don't talk to me that way. And I'm a man. Like, at the end of the day, despite what you see on the TV, you see the hands, you see this, you see me say, girl, this and that. I'm a man. And as a man, you're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to talk to me any type of way. But then we were on live the other day when Scotty joined, and she was like, well, no, that's not, he wasn't talking directly to you. He said, you know, if y'all not going to fight, then y'all need to shut the fuck up. And I'm thinking to myself, so what you just said now is you telling me that you allow your production team to talk to you that way? Make that make sense. Because they don't. You're trying to backpedal and cover it up. It doesn't make sense.
Ooh, child.
You're not gonna play with me.
That was a gag. I do, girl.
That's new information.
There's a lot going on behind the scenes. Behind the scenes.
I have to clip that.
And if you're not in good cahoots, you get the end of the stick.
Ooh.
You know, and then
so
you have people say, well, why you don't
leave?
leave? I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a lucrative business. You know, you have people reach out to you and say, hey, can you do this? Like, I'm doing a red carpet event, and a guy like reached out and was like, hey, I saw you on Chasing Dallas. Like, I love your personality. Like, I think you'll be a great look for my event I have coming up. Like, I get hits from the show. That's how I make my money. But I don't get a check from Chasing Dallas. And I'm very business minded. So if it's bringing me in income, I'll be a fool to walk away from it. If you're smart. A lot of y'all go to work and y'all don't like y'all jobs, but y'all go.
Ooh.
Let that resonate. It's a job. I signed a contract, okay?
Look, if I want to keep the roof over my head and my lights on, bitch, I do what I have to do.
Right.
That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, but that makes a lot of sense though. Like, because that is the first thing. Like when you guys speak out about production and y'all talk about y'all experiences with production, if that's the first thing people say, well, why don't y'all leave? Why y'all still there? It's a reason. I mean, yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit that's going on, but at the same time, there's different avenues that you get for being on a show like that. You don't have to agree with what's going on behind the scenes, but what's going on because of the show is what's more important.
You know, this is probably, and I get into reality TV and the reality world, but I feel like we're the only franchise, well, here in Dallas that talk about production. I'm like, I don't see it on other franchises that they bring up production as much as we do here on Dallas. Kind of, I mean, that raises the eyebrow, right?
How many productions are there?
Some ain't right. It doesn't make sense. I'll say.
Well, it's true.
I think some of the guys that are on the production team, I think they're talented, but I think you have to have the right leadership. Yeah.
And you might be able to shed some light on this too, because I was catching up on the previous episodes from the past couple of weeks, and there was the discussion that Reese was having with Trey Womack at, I want to say that was Trey's event. And later on in the following episode, it was brought up that he bought him like a tub. And I'm just like, so as I was watching this happen, and they're having this discussion on whether or not there was a relationship. Did you or did you not make out with this person? Did y'all meet up, or did y'all have a thing? Like, what was really going on between the two of them that you can speak on?
You know, here's the thing. I know Trey Womack, and you know we're cool. I think, and it's kind of sad to say, but I think Reese was in it more than he was, and I think she was looking for something more serious. And you know, Trey was just like, "Child, you here? I mean, I'm gonna entertain. I'm gonna have fun." And I think when you don't have clear communication and foundation of what you have going on, these are the type of situations you end up in. You end up with somebody's. I mean, listen. I mean, who just said he's gonna buy somebody a tub? That was just. every time I think about it, I just get so tickled. But
I'm thinking like, am I
I'm
building a
saying,
house together?
I'm like, no, they weren't even building a house. He just wanted to replace the tub in the house he was buying, or something along those lines. So for me, I mean, I've been asked, do you think something probably went on with them? Absolutely. But I think, you know, Reese was really, really like Trey, and I think he was really looking for love. And I think he really wanted Trey to be the love that he was looking for.
But
and Trey just wasn't there.
Yeah,
and so
Trey
at the
was
end, it kind of just made him, it kind of made them both look played, because you got Reese spitting out receipts. You got Trey kind of like, but I was drunk. And we all, shit, I can attest to that. I've been drunk before too and then kissed somebody. I mean, y'all saw that on last season.
I mean, I did
I
too.
get it. But it's kind of like one of those things where if I'm not trying to get at you like that, I'm not going to sit and say, buy me a tub. I'm not going to sit and talk about kids and stuff with you on that level. So it painted the illusion, or it painted the picture, that it was probably something there. I think Trey just wasn't where Reese thought Trey was with it. You got to know a person patterns. You got to study people. And Trey is an amazing guy. You know, we had our run, and he and I talked, it was like maybe 2013, 2014. Trey's an amazing guy. He's a cool guy. So I can see why Reese, you know, probably fell for it. Me, on the other hand, I was just like, listen, I enjoy your company. You're a cool dude. You know, you're very handsome. I think we're just better off as friends. And we made that agreement, and we've been cool ever since.
Okay.
Well,
because I ain't buying no tub. I ain't buying no tub. I ain't buying no shoes. I ain't buying no haircuts. I ain't doing none of that.
The tub took me to another place.
Do you know all you got to do to get a tub in somebody's house?
That is love and affection. That is dedication.
Buy a doorbell. But a tub? No.
I was just like,
yeah.
I want to know, how do we get to the tub? But anyway.
But yeah, that's kind of what happened.
Well, Scotty.
Okay, so on the show, you insinuated that Reese pays for men. So what led you to believe that he pays for men?
When you say you finna buy a man a tub, that's paying for him. When you get a man a haircut, that's paying for him. I mean, am I right or am I wrong here? If someone is not your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or whatever the case may be, and you spending money on them, you're buying them. And I mean, people may in the comments, and people may disagree with what I say, but you're buying them. You're trying to buy them to like you more. So what you do is you show them what you can do for them, or you show them what you can give to them, hoping that they're going to give you in return what you're wanting from them. You're buying them. That's how I feel about it. Let me tell you something. We go on a date, you know, that's different. You know, $20, $30, $40, $50 here. I'm very cognizant of my money. On a first date, I'm not going to take you nowhere where I'm going to spend $150 on both of us. No, you want to grab a coffee? Because I need to know at this first date, I'm going to know at this first date if I want to pursue more than you. You know what I'm saying? You want to buy
True tea.
I'm serious.
Don't be taking these motherfuckers out here to motherfucking Maggiano's or wherever the fuck.
You met them in the club last week. Hell, you met them in the club. What they let you know? They like going out. So if I'm gonna take you out, that first date ain't finna be. I'm not gonna spend give or take over $50 on the first date. I swear to God, I'm not. It's not that I don't have it. It's because I'm very smart. I'm not going to invest the money that I work for in a possibility. It doesn't make sense. So my friends talk about me. It was like, you're being so cheap. That's fine. But when I look at my bank account, I'm not upset that I spent $150, $170 on the first date and we didn't go anywhere. But, you know, $20, $30.
If you meet them in the club. You don't even know what they look like in the daylight.
That's true too. Well, at least I can say all the pain and shit I did there while I was in a relationship. I did it while I was in a relationship.
And we almost look at that a little crooked because
he cheated on me. So
oh my God, you're a virtual hug. I'm so sorry.
So he cheated on me anyway. So
we did all of that for what?
For nothing.
For nothing. Sweets? No, that's not what we're here to do.
I should tuck in the Judge Judy and get my money back. That's what I should do.
Well, listen, I believe there are signs and wonders, Scotty. So at 32, how old are you now?
I'm 32. I was 30 when it happened.
At 30, you should have known better.
He told me.
So while you was throwing shade at my age, see, I knew better. So you see the difference? That's why you can believe I was 30. We were the same age.
Oh, you know you're trying to come for me.
That's not funny, Scotty. That's a sensitive subject, so I apologize.
No, that's not sensitive.
But
I make fun of myself all the time.
Yeah.
But I loved him though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's been waiting to get me back, child. It's okay.
It's giving that he's been waiting to get you.
He can't believe we the same age. Oh, okay. I always got up and looked in the mirror and was like, well, honey, I know I'm fine. I know I don't look old. Okay, well, whatever.Maybe it's just throwing shade. Okay, whatever.
That's all I was doing.
Fun shade. Fun shade, fun shade.
Okay, that's how it all starts, and then the fun shade turns.
Right. Okay. Not on camera, though. You don't fight on camera. You never fight on camera. You don't fight with somebody can record it. That shit can come back on you.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, well, since we're talking about relationships and stuff, are you currently single? That's the next question.
I am currently single. I've been in a situation with an amazing guy since I met him February, and we really just called it off in September. We like officially, you know how the relationship was kind of dying out in August, and then September it was just like it's just not gonna work. And so I mean we're good, we're cool, we're cordial now. But yeah, so I'm single. I'm back out in these streets.
Yeah, getting game spit to you by 20-something-year-olds. I saw it on your Insta story.
I always get hit on by these youngsters. I'm like, sweetheart, I ain't no sugar daddy. What you want with me? You know. Yeah, and this guy last week, y'all, when I tell you this dude talk, I have never had a guy talk to me like that. Like, I was just looking at him like, what? And I don't know if it's because I was drinking, but I'm like, what? I was dumbfounded. I'm thinking to myself, damn, I need him as a coach.
Confidence. Very
much so. Very much so.
Was it a plus or a minus?
No, he was very cute. So I always I'm attracted to feminine guys, and then feminine guys are attracted to me. So I always get hit on by like feminine guys. I don't do masculine guys. I'm not the most masculine man, for the record, but I don't do masculine men. I'm not into muscle, and I'm not into masculine men. So I typically all of my exes are, besides one, are more on the feminine side.
I have never heard those words come out of a black gay man's mouth before.
Wow, that is.
I've never heard those words.
What words?
I'm not into masculine guys. I'm like,
oh no, I'm not.
Are you real? Like,
I'm not into masculine guys. I'm not into muscle guys. I dated a guy who was a gym rat.
Wait, he's not even into the muscular ones, Jamar. That's something new.
None of what you're saying computes. Nothing that's happening right now makes any sense.
If I ever showed y'all my lineup of my exes, and it's only a few, it's probably less than 5, you'd be like, oh, okay, I can see it. I don't have a skin thing, but I'm attracted to light skinned guys. Kind of, slim, nice, back end, just really cute. All of my boyfriends are very cute. They're not handsome. They're like cute. Like,
well, at least you attract what you want. I tend to attract trade all the time. I don't know why.
No, I'm no one secret child. I ain't doing none of that.
So I mean, now I have to expound upon this. What is it about the masculine man that turns you away?
It's just not my type. It's almost like I prefer to drive an Acura versus a Honda. Like this is my type. And that's no shame. I don't drive neither one, so I'll just give it an example. I didn't want to say what I drove, then they will be, no, see that? He's so, no. So I just kept it real simple. But Acura makes both Acura and Honda, but I just prefer Acura over a Honda. It's just my thing. That's what I've been always attracted to. And so when straight guys hit me up, not straight, but when like masculine guys hit me up, straight, I get that too. But when masculine guys hit me up or try to hit on me, I just be like, yeah, no. And another thing I do not like for a guy to like say, let me buy you a drink or let me take you out. No. That's I like to be the chaser.
It's too masculine.
I like to chase. I don't like to be the chasee. Does that make sense? Yeah. I like to chase. I don't like to for a guy to ask me out.
I don't like asking people out myself. But I'm on the other side, so
I feel like I
I don't
have
like
to.
asking people out or whatever. Or like I say, it's mostly trade dudes that like me, but then you have the feminine ones that like me too sometimes. But
Like if you ask me
based on the
out,
way
like
I
it's like,
dress.
no, I'm busy. Or you know what, I would love to, but I got something going on and ain't got. I don't even know what my schedule look like that day. But let me ask you out. Let me get a feel for you, and then we'll kind of go from there. Yeah.
So, say you're in a relationship with somebody, and like somebody wants to do something for like Valentine's Day or your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like to necessarily be catered to particularly in that way, what's something that somebody could do for you special on like a holiday or your birthday?
So I think it's different. For me, it's different when I'm in a relationship. Now, if I'm in a relationship, what I was talking about, like that initial interaction. But if I'm in a relationship with you, it's different. Now, don't send me no flowers and chocolate. Don't send me all that to my job. Like, I'm not that guy. Now, but for my birthday, because I'm gonna spoil you, I'm gonna make you. You tell me what you want for your birthday, I'm gonna take care of you, right? So I want that in return. Who don't want to feel kept in love? You know what I mean? And sometimes you can take it how you want, but sometimes material makes you feel kept in love. Like we just go be honest, right? Well, that's my right, y'all. Maybe
No, you're not
I mean,
lying. You're not lying because
it feels nice.
I've never been the type that's been showered with gifts. I give everybody else their gifts. I've never been the one that's receiving anything. I'm giving everything. I don't receive much. So that's facts. If somebody would have showered me for my damn birthday, I feel like a princess.
Mm-hmm. So I'm that, but if we're in a relationship, like you can do that type of stuff. Just don't. I'm not one of those people, and I get this from my dad. My dad wasn't very affectionate with my mama or with my mother. Excuse me, my mama. So Louisiana. My dad wasn't very affectionate with my mother or like romantic, but he was a provider, and I think that trait I just picked up on. Like in my previous situation, guys with like. Every time we went out, it was like, you don't pull your card out. Like, I'll take care of dinner. We go to the store, like, you don't pull, like, I'm a provider by shit. That's what I raised. That's how I was raised. That's how I watched my dad take care of our household, you know? So, it sometimes, because my dad was a gamaholic, so y'all, it was a little different.
Lord.
But, when he was clean from his addiction, right, he was that provider to our house, and so I picked up that trait from him. So with my previous, like, we probably went out for dinner, and he probably paid the bill like once. But besides that, it's always like me. I'm gonna take care of you. If you're mine, I'm gonna take care of you. You don't pull your money out. Like that's for you to go out with your friends, get your nails and shit done, have a good time. But if we out together, like this is me, baby. This is why I work so hard, so I can do this type of stuff.
There are not many men like this. There are no men like that. Like I have, like there are no men. Where there are some. I can't say that anymore. There are some men out there. It's not that many though.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, like I said before, I'm not used to a man doing that. So when a man does that, is doing it for me, I don't know how to accept it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to accept it because I'm so used to doing everything by my damn self. So it's like trying to be that I'm an independent bitch. I'm doing it by myself.
Now don't get it twisted. If I need you to step up and take care of it, like I'll be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? But
right.
98% of the time, I'm gonna always I think it just fits the right thing for me to do, especially because I date feminine guys. And maybe I have a traditional mindset, so I like to take care of them respectfully. So I'm not a sugar daddy. I don't want to put that out there, And it's always how I saw my dad do my mom. So I do that in my relationships as well.
So basically, you hold on, Jamar. Let me just get this together real quick. So basically, you said that you saw your dad being more of a provider than a romantic. So basically, you took the trait of being the provider, but you also decided to take on the trait that you didn't see growing up as the romantic as well, and placed it together.
Yes. So to answer your question, it's a yes and a no. It took me some
Okay.
time for the romantic
Okay.
piece to come apart.
Okay.
But I've dated. I have no bad ex. I'm good with all of my exes. And it was one ex I dated about 4 years ago. And it wasn't until he kind of went off on me and was like, you can't keep making up for what you fucking up on with material stuff. Yeah, I enjoy it. It makes me feel love, but I'm missing the feeling of having you as a partner. Like I'm missing that. And that's when it kind of like dawned on me that I have to not only show that I love, but I have to, not only give that I love, but I have to show that I love. So it took me some time to get to that point, to get to the point I am now. And so I kind of balance it. I struggle with it sometimes, and I go lie. But anyone that I date or I find myself getting in a situation with, I always let them know up front. Like, I'm this whole new being romantic shit. I'm learning it. Just bear with me, So I get a lot of tips from my best friends on what to do and how to do it. So yeah, it works a little bit.
How being that way, because how do you not get taken advantage of? Like, how do you sort of scope out the red flags that someone's just sort of using you for material gain or monetary gain?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because I obviously didn't see it.
Yeah. So for me, I don't have a lot of. I have less than 5 boyfriends. And it's really, I feel like it's really understanding, knowing that the person is really there to be there. It's not like we start talking and then a month later we're in a relationship and then now I'm just, I'm throwing cash. It's not that. I don't move fast when I'm in situations. It builds up to that though. But out the gate, it's not like that. It builds to that. Like if we finna go up the street and get Waterburg for dinner, that's what, $20? What's $20? You know what I'm saying? So here, pay for this. But it's not like out the gate, it's like boom, 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 boom.
I forgot about Waterburg.
Oh, child, I used to Waterburg now. That's why
I got to be the only one that don't.
I jam down. So, but yeah. But I don't have a lot of exes. And in fact, I have less than 5 exes. Now, if we're dating, that's not the life. You're not getting that life if we're dating. We're in a relationship. That's why I say it builds up to that. Once I'm like, okay, I'm your dude, you're my dude, it's just us, we're dating, we're a thing. I'm your boyfriend, right? You my boyfriend, right? Then that kind of like it graduates to that. But like in that getting to know stage, it's not like that for me. I guess I kind of skipped that part. I went right into more in a relationship.
Because I'm like, wait, how do we? Because there's no way.
I should have saw the red flags when they was making me feel sorry for them. That's why I was doing what I was. This ain't about me. Let's go on to the next question.
No, but it's good information. So the people in the comments don't get played. Okay, don't be Scotty at 30. Okay. Don't do that. Okay. You got to know how to lead.
Okay? Oh. Don't. Okay, now I'm letting you get your get back. Now, don't go too far tonight. Now,
listen, I'm just letting the people know. There are people out there that pick up on game, and they want to be there just for that. You gotta know how to weed it out.
Shit.
That is very true. That is very true. That is very true.
Girl, she just wore you out just now, girl. I can't even sit there.
But he didn't tell a lie.
But it just sounded so bad.
But sometimes the truth sounds that way to me. I don't feel offended by none of that because it was the truth. I was dumb, so it's nothing. I don't feel bad.
That's what I need to know. I need to know how I identify the red flags.
Yeah, no, because listen, I ain't broke, but I ain't rich either. So, and my friends will tell you, I am very cognizant about how I spend my money. If we say we're finna go on a trip, we're not finna wait a month into the trip and trying to do, nope. We going somewhere in July, February, March. This July trip needs to be paid for. I don't roll like that. I'm very frugal with my money.
Same. Because then people be backing out and
okay.
The last
oh my God. You start off with like 7 people and only 3 people go on the trip.
Yeah.
That's how it be.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, I couldn't get my work schedule. Nobody would shifts with me. And
you're like, well, you've been knowing in December 2020, we was going on this trip in August of 21. What have you been doing? Yeah.
nothing.
I get it.
Well, go ahead, Scotty. What's your
Okay, well, the next question is, what is the status of your relationship with Reese today, and will there be a resolve? I should know because I was at the live, but for those who wasn't at the live, you can answer for them.
There is non-existent, and it will forever be non-existent. What I said at the lemon squeeze, I promise you, I meant that literally. It wasn't even shade. Like, I mean, I threw some shade in there, but it wasn't. It wasn't shade. The problem was like, I think people play on him because he's so gullible to love. He's so gullible of wanting acceptance and want to feel love. So if someone gives him a sign, he just falls for them. And that's not how life should be. Everybody deserves true love, and everybody deserves to love and to be loved. And if out of anything, I don't talk to him. We're not on social media. We'll never talk. He's just not somebody that is good for my energy, for my space. But I promise you, when I say I really meant that from the bottom of my heart. Like, it's just sad to watch. Like, we kiki and we laugh at it, but it's really sad to watch. You sound like you feel about somebody in a tub who is clearly denying you. That's sad to watch. And so my heart kind of breaks for him in that arena. I don't know much about his childhood and all of his backstory. So that's why I was very cognizant with my words, because I don't want to ever say a word that'll relapse somebody. And when I say relapse, I don't mean like a drug addiction, but just the word in general, relapse. Someone. So I'm very cognizant how I in that arena, because I've been in a place where I felt like, well, damn, am I gonna ever be in love? Am I gonna ever be loved? Like, I've been there. But first you have to love yourself. Surpass all other what you look for. You have to be in love with yourself to say, because when you're in love with yourself, you know what you will and will not tolerate.
Yeah.
And if somebody is not giving you what you desire, those are the flags you need to take heed to. But if you're just looking over those flags because you want to I just want to love this person, that's not where it's at. So from that stance, I mean, he has,
I mean, just drag me, just at me next time. Just say my name. Just say my name next time.
Yeah. But no, there's no relationship, and there will never be a relationship between he and I.
That sucks.
No, it doesn't. I'm well. I'm well. I don't know if it's sucking for him, but it doesn't suck for me. I think we live in a time and we live in a place where we just got to understand we have to let shit happen. Even in our own with our family members. There are some family members, just because we blood, we can't hold on to it because we blood. Ooh. So we can't be like, oh, it sucks when we blood. No, sweetheart, you bring bad energy, bad vibes. If I get around you and I get a feeling like I don't want to be here, you're not somebody I want to be around. You're draining the life out of me, literally, in this moment. And you don't deserve that from me. You shouldn't even have that much authority over me to be able to do that. So I see you from over there. You're well. Take care of yourself, okay? See you. We're good. That's what it is.
Well.
I look good.
Dude.
I smell good. I'm good. This liquor is starting to run. Yeah, the liquor's starting to talk.
Just now, the liquor started talking.
Yeah. Well, no, it creeps up on what am I drinking? Crown sneaks up on you. That's why I don't drink Crown. I'm a clear type of guy, but all I have is Crown right now. So.
Oh Lord. Well.
All right.
So, what advice would you give to somebody who, wants to start a business, wants to get into entrepreneurship, be a man wearing multiple hats? What advice would you give to that person?
I would say, first of all, you have to be a person of time management. If you suck at time management, entrepreneurship is not for you. And the reason I say that, we're all different areas of entrepreneurship. But if you suck at time management and you're an entrepreneur, you can't just show up at somebody's event when the event started at 5 and they ask you to be there at 4:30, child. You walk through the door at 4:45, 4:35, 4:40. I think as entrepreneurship, you have to be a person, time management. And people don't know this, but entrepreneurship costs. So before you think you can venture out into entrepreneurship, you have to make sure you can afford to venture off in entrepreneurship. I've had people who have worked under me say, "Oh, I'm finna lead this. I'm gonna start my own company." Ain't never did don't have no type of experience. So you're gonna go ahead and go run a credit restoration business and tell me what you know about the business. You have no background. So understand if you're going into entrepreneurship, and there are some people who gets it, one off that can leave a job and go into entrepreneurship full time and make bank. But majority of the people that go into entrepreneurship, that first year they struggle because they didn't think it all the way through. They thought about it for the first 2 or 3 months, right? And as that money is not pouring in like it used to, you have more going out than you got coming in. See, I'm talking financial literacy now. You have more going out than you have coming in. Your DTI is high. You can't afford. Now you got to go back and ask somebody, can I fill out an application? So the first part I would say to anyone is make sure you're great at time management. Make sure you can afford to be in entrepreneurship 100%. And do your research on whatever it is that you're going out to venture into. Those are the three top. Those I think the three mains I would say. I may be skipping something, but yeah, you can afford it. Finances and order is kind of the same. But yeah, that's what I would say.
And which are all great tips because there are many people that we see that want to just quit their job and say, "I'm going to go and be a thespian, an actress, and I'm going to open this nail company. I'm going to do a freelance makeup." I'm like, girl, there's no security in that.
It's a lot.
Keep your 9 to 5, girl. Keep the 9 to 5 as long as you possibly can.
And that's another thing too. Like they like to try to take digs at people that have a 9 to 5. Like that's a bad thing to have, especially when you're going after something. You need the 9 to 5 to fund what you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
Okay. So the same question, but instead of going into business, what advice would you give to somebody who is going into the world of reality TV?
Ooh. How many numbers? Ooh. You got
just
to watch
whatever advice you want to
Scotty
give.
For one, you got to stay.
He just
I'm
gonna keep.
I'm just kidding. But what I would say about reality TV is this. People are going to have their assumptions of who you are based off what they see on the show. They don't know you in real life. You have to have tough skin and stay the hell out the comments. And when someone does have a comment that your eyes so happily see, you cannot react to what they're seeing on the television because that's how it's portrayed to look. So they are a viewer. And then you have to understand that these people don't have an asset to your life. So why would I get in a comment and argue with someone who does not even know where the hell I live? They don't know my blood type. They don't know I had a coronary. They don't know shit about me. But what they see on the screen. So you have to have tough skin, hands down. It's going to be the top. You have to have tough skin where you can sit on an interview and have a conversation with somebody. And I'm not picking on you, Scotty, but to sit in on an interview and have a conversation with someone who clearly season after season has said on multiple occasions they don't see it for you, they don't like you, but I can sit here in my shit and have a good time because I do understand that it is a business and it's a viable business. So you can't be weak in this industry because if you do, your ass gonna be ate up. Point blank period. Like I had people like the scene I did with my mom, and I had a couple people DM me and was like, they was being real hard on your mom. People had some, they took jabs at your mother, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. They don't know my mother. And my mother's survivorship is not dependent on their comments. So it's cool. We're good. So rule number 1, have tough skin. And when you know who you are and whose you are, you can just be good. Be good at your shit. Have fun.
That goes for us too, because we get dragged too.
You dragging up?
Remember we're cloud chasers, guys.
Yeah, we're cloud chasers. Like we're fake. Who
said y'all was cloud chasers? Let me write the name. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go. I'm gonna write the name.
We may have that conversation off camera.
I'm just kidding. But
Yeah,
it's
we
a
fake
tough
as fuck.
industry.
You know,
So
we
you can't come in and think it's gonna be all peaches and cream. There's gonna be days you don't want to film. For me, if I could take anything back from season 3, I would say I did not show enough when I could have. And it's like, well, you're on Chasing Dollars, you need to show what you're chasing. When I'm booking a deal or when I'm booking, an event, we're not worried about, is Chasing Dollars gonna be available to come film this? I'm worried about, baby, let's get this money.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get this money. So people be like, oh, well, we only saw the hookah business at the beginning. We ain't seen that. Well, if you want my services, go and book the fucking business. I do it. Go book it. Okay, when I book a deal, I'm not saying, let me call Chasing. Oh, you want the 20? Hold on, let me see if my production team is available. Come film that. I don't do that. My money come first. This is, this is when they ask me on your resume, when they say hobbies, that's what it's for. It's a hobby. Respectfully so.
Well.
But I work. So that's all that matters to me, sweetheart. As long as you know I work, as long as I gave you the idea that I do something, we're good.
I cannot.
George is funny.
That's why when they be coming for me, y'all, I don't respond. I just be like, okay.
I want to make sure we talked about this too, because we mentioned it briefly backstage. How one of the comments is that in every confessional that you talk with your hands in every word that you say. So can you explain to the people why you talk with your hands?
Why are you talking with yours?
I know, right? He's like, why did it? So first of all, I think I have really pretty hands. No, I'm just kidding. But in my industry of business, it's a mechanism we use to keep attention. Like, so we teaching, if I go to a high school and I'm teaching financial literacy to I'm gonna say a 9th grade class. Majority of the time, you gonna have half of the class into it. You gonna have the other half. You gonna have some that's just like, I'm just here because my teacher told me to come to this period, right? I talk with my hands for a living, and I've been doing that since I've been in the industry. I feel like that's how I engage. I keep your attention. I'll be like this, come up. I just talk with my hands. It's just a thing, and I just do it. I did it. Did I do it as much as I do this season, last season?
Nah, I want to say you do it a lot this season versus the last season.
I think part of it is last season we sat down.
Mm-hmm.
This season we stand up, and just from a mind standpoint, because I'm standing, I do a lot of more hand motions and movements, and bring that ass here, boy, that type of stuff. So yeah,
every professional he's already started here.
Yeah,
he's already started.
So
you got it, Jamar. You got it. That's exactly how he started.
Right
so
here,
let me tell you, we was out. I was rolling through the city, and I was like, let me pull up and see what's going on. Yeah, my mentor always say it can be a distraction in a way, but it's also your signature. So when people think of you or they know you're going to come and speak and you spoke before, one thing they can say, oh, he talks with his hands a lot. So that's just who he is. So yeah, that's where it comes from.
Well, Scotty, is it time for the game?
Yes, it is time for my favorite part of the show, which is the game. So the game is we name a couple of people. Well, not a couple. We name people on a cast.
Mm-hmm.
You get to describe them in one word or one sentence. Not really describe how you feel about them in one word or one sentence.
This is going to be so hard on me.
And that is the fun part.
This is going to be so hard. Okay.
Do I start it off, Jamar?
We believe in you. Yeah, go ahead. Start us off, baby.
Okay, so the first one is Youre.
Talented. Hold on. Before we go to this, can I use the same word?
Let's say no.
Okay, shit. Okay.
It's not a speed.
Y'all should told me this before I start drinking. Okay, but come on.
And this is why we do it at the end after the alcohol has set in.
Okay. But I'm gonna. Okay, come on.
But it doesn't have to be a speed round. You can take some time to think about what you want to say and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the second person says Ariel.
Energy.
Carrie D.
Beautiful gowns. No,
Don't you do my Carrie.
I am
Don't you
just
do,
kidding.
don't
I'm
you
gonna
do
say
my Carrie.
vocally inclined.
Very much.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna put a pin in. I'm gonna put a pin in something because I'm gonna make sure to come back to that because that's something that made me laugh. Robert.
Humble. Very humble.
Trey Howard.
Very passionate.
Markel.
Oh, it's so many words I can say about him. Oh my God. Markel is, I can't say passionate because I already said it. He is very, I'm gonna say passionate because he's passionate about any project he's working on. I'm gonna say passionate. Lovable because he's my friend. Not because he's my friend, but he's a lovable guy.
Reese. Let me. How do I get off?
My mother always said, "No response sometimes is the best." What you? My mother always said, "No response is a response." So you got it. That's my answer.
You can't even get a word, a syllable.
No, I have no desire. I absolutely do not.
Houston, I have nothing.
I should have said that, right? I have nothing. Nothing. Yeah.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
Eric James.
We gonna say wild card. I'm a Uno. We gonna say Uno. I mean, and I mean that respectfully.
Okay.
Eric is actually a really cool guy to be around. When Eric drinks, shit, am I talking about myself, child? Eric worse than me. When Eric drank, Eric be on. And sometimes, if you see him drink in a different setting, it's a fun time. But if you see him drink in like a setting he's gonna go back and forth with, you just be like, you just there. So I'm saying Uno card, just because he can give you multiples.
And Dre Simber.
Dre Simber is very, you know what? I actually like Dre Simber. It leaves me, I'm gonna say speechless. Dre Simber leaves me speechless.
Oh wow! Well, so you survived the game. You
Yeah.
unscathed.
Yeah, he survived the game. Dre Simber has some really good reads. He has some really good reads, and he can throw some real good shade.
It is entertaining to watch him. It's entertaining. He said, "You cried to be here. I applied to be here."
Like what?
That was so funny to me. I'm sorry.
And he was dead serious, and I was like, "Well, I mean, Dre Simber, they still both of them are a process. Okay? Both of them was a process, but yeah, yeah."
Are you frozen, Jamar?
I think he is.
Lower help. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. Because you were frozen for a minute, child.
StreamYard trying to shade me again.
Well, before you get to the last thing you're gonna ask him, Jamar, somebody in the chat said this right here. They said, "Can y'all ask if George would be interested in being a guest on the Boys Night Out panel?" That's me and Jamar's other show.
Well, how many damn shows y'all got? I guess this is entrepreneurship, right? Y'all only come. What y'all gonna ask me on that show?
You told us we.
Well, it's not an interview-based show. It's basically like a panel type show where we play games and we just give our opinions on hot topics and stuff like that. That's all that is.
Yeah.
You're free to just speak your mind on that.
Okay, got you. Just let me know in advance, and I'll make it happen. I'll tell y'all I got an invite, like literally, was like, hey, this movie premieres today. It's red carpet. I know you like dress up. Can you come? And I was like, no, I've made a commitment already. But I want to be at that. I ain't gonna even flex. I want to be at the red carpet, but I made it. So I'm a man of my word. So just let me know in advance, though. Yeah, I'll pull up.
All right.
Okay, period. That's
Have a
that'd
good
be nice
time.
to see. And
That'd be a
before I
good
get
one.
to I mean, we're definitely gonna have them. I think. Do we want to say the next date of the one that we have planned, or do you want to
Talking
wait?
about talking about the next show that we have planned for
Yeah.
Boys Night Out. It's tomorrow.
Oh, right. When we after that one.
Oh yeah. Okay. So after tomorrow, there won't be another Boys Night Out episode until December the 3rd because it's a bi-weekly show, and the next episode would have been on Black Friday, and we know ain't nobody gonna be available for
You
no
about
damn
to spend
Black
the money.
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be back on December the 3rd, but but the next show is tomorrow, but the show after that won't be until December the 3rd.
What time tomorrow?
You're in the same time zone as me, so 8:15.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think let's talk about it offline.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said. Tomorrow might be 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then
But
Lord,
it's
Jamar.
like this. I can kind of hop on and hop off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lord Jamar.
Ooh,
Oh,
hold
there
on.
you go.
Am
There
I-
you go.
Am I back yet?
Yeah,
Okay.
you bet.
You
I
back.
said tomorrow may be too soon, and then I'm gonna miss it, and I'm gonna be mad that I missed it. So that's why I was.
Oh, that's why you're going for the 3rd of December.
shamelessly, I was. But I was thinking of a funny moment that that made me laugh was it was at your birthday party, and Carrie was singing "Happy Birthday," and in normal George fashion, he started to do this, and I think in the most polite way possible, Carrie was like,
It was like, y'all, let me tell y'all something. They didn't show the whole thing. Actually, I had a after party too, that they did not come film. When I tell y'all, I was so intoxicated. It was crazy. That's why it was crazy. It was just a good time though. But I was so drunk. I'm not gonna even. It was a good time. I wasn't drunk like sloppy drunk. I'm never that, but it was a good time. But that was very funny. It was like, do your thing. It gave, you know what it gave me at the end though? It gave me, when they played it, the first thing I thought about, do you remember when Whitney Houston and Kim Burrell sung I Look to You
Mm-hmm.
on the BET? And you remember they hugged at the end and like Whitney was like kicking both of her feet back? Like that's what I immediately thought about when I watched that episode. So it was funny. It was a good time. Karen can really sing. I love
You
his voice.
can.
"Oh, down." Carrie can sing down. So, at the end of all of our interviews, one of the questions that we like to ask is, did you have a good time? Do you feel like we did our job as the host? Give us your feedback.
I had an amazing time. I'm a very open book. So, I mean, you all asked questions. I was, I didn't know what you all was going to ask. So I just came and had a good time. I enjoyed the energy. Yeah, it was good. We had a couple freezes in there on you. You froze a couple times.
That is on the fault of StreamYard. It has nothing to do with you.
But no, it was a good time. I appreciate coming through for real.
This was a
We
fun
all
one. This is
appreciate
probably one of my favorite ones, to be honest. I'm surprised.
it. Bye. We didn't even have to find.
Look at her. Oh, it's always a good time to just chop it up, though. I enjoy
There was
it.
shade.
We're good.
I mean,
They go too hard
Oh
on
yeah,
the
I
comments.
appreciate it.
I don't read comments because I'll be done. Forgot I was on the interview and I've been going in the comments.
to be honest, they have all been favorable. To be honest, you have not. Nobody has had anything bad to say at all. Nobody.
I mean, they've had questions. I don't know how much they want to. You want to answer some of these questions because some of them are very.
Because I've been
intrusive.
itching to put them on the screen so he can answer them.
Okay, we can answer.
I mean,
y'all have time?
Yeah, we got we can. I can give a few.
Okay.
We can give you a few minutes for
Because
some
you
questions.
know which ones I'm talking about, Scotty. I know you've seen it.
The first one.
I know you.
Okay, so the first question is: ask him is he attracted to Eric?
Eric James.
Yes.
I think Eric James is a beautiful, dark-skinned man. We wouldn't work out though.
Okay.
But he's
Well,
a very attractive guy.
He is.
very that.
I
Listen,
got that number, child. First time I saw him, I was like, "Hey, what's up?" Man, I'll let you.
you throughout these episodes, you said you got these people number initially about 3 different people. You just started
Well,
talking with Eric. You started talking with
hold
Trey.
on, let's clear
You
it.
started talking to.
Let's clear it. Okay, let's clear it. When you are single, you can do whatever you want to do. And unfortunately, and y'all know this, y'all live the lifestyle. I mean, we lived in the community. We know how it is to meet somebody at a bar or a club. Because when I first met Aries at a club, we was drinking. And I was like, damn, like, what's up? And he got a fat ass. I was like, damn, what's up? And then we exchanged numbers, we talked. It didn't work out. On to the next. That's how it works in this community. And now I don't have sex with all. I mean, I don't lay up with these people. I'm not that type of guy. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with conversation.
That's what they'll try to imply. Like, just because you talk to a couple of people, they think that you slept with all of them.
I have had no sexual relationships with relations with anyone on this season.
This season.
I'm trying to think last season. No one on last season. I mean, what happened with Trey and I, but he and I had a past way before too. So, but no.
Okay.
How about anyone on the entire brand of Chasing Reality?
What I told you or not, you can ask me that. You know what? In all honesty, no. I haven't. I didn't really get into Chasing Atlanta until last season.
Ooh.
It's one show though. Oh my god! And I'm attracted to this guy because how he's. I think his name is Charles. I don't know what show he's. I can't remember. Charlie. I can't remember the show.
Is you talking about Charlie from G Status?
I don't know, but he's like dark skinned.
Yep.
That's Charlie.
Oh,
yep.
Let me tell you something. I know I'm into light skin, but baby, when I tell you, I usually give like $20, $30 on the first date. I'd be like, Charlie, I got $50. Where you want to go on this first date? Okay. That is a handsome man, and it's just like his manner. Like I just love like how he moved, like how his mouth. I was like, oh my god, I was mesmerized with this boy for probably the whole. I literally watched that show because he was on it just to see him. It's weird. Yeah.
So just know that I'm probably gonna cut this and put it on my Insta story and tag him in it so he can know. I ain't gonna do that for real.
Why he look like
now you finna come with some lovers and friends shit. But no, he.
What the hell? I can't hit it.
No.
Oh, now we can.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah, I think that's probably on all the shows that's going around right now. That's probably I would date him, and then we're gonna leave it at that. Go ahead.
Let me see.
I saw 2 other questions in there.
What's the other one?
Well,
I'm trying to make.
It was because of the mindset of when he was talking about like the kind of men that he dates and just how he approaches, dating. Somebody asked if you were versatile.
No.
Okay.
That's not my thing. Nothing. Listen, without a top, there's no bottom. I mean, y'all get what I'm saying. And without a bottom, there's no top. I don't play in the versatile world. I've never have to keep it, PG. I never have. It's just not my thing. So I mean, what's funny is like when like a guy is trying to like get at me, I think a lot of guys assume because I'm not a masculine man. Like I'm not also as feminine as other men either. So I think I give off that
you fall somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, but I don't.
Okay.
And I never have.
Well, the answer is that. I'm gonna say even though
you got to know what you coming over here and what role you playing if you want to be me.
Okay, well, that was another question. Saying, are you, Travis, and Quan planning on taking y'all IG panel any further?
You know, it's in the works. We just wrapped. I actually tonight when I get off here, I got to go over there. But tonight is the last episode of
Sorry.
quote unquote season 1. So I'm thinking it's probably gonna go. It's going in another direction. A part of it just first now we're in that beginning stage, so like building fan base. But I would love to see it on a different level. And
Okay.
there too.
Okay, and I think this is probably the last one. Ask him how he feels about the show possibly ending.
I don't know if it's possible.
I will say this. I think Chasing Dallas brought in some amazing views. I personally don't think the show will end. I think there will be some different and new management possibly, but I just don't see because the franchise is very good. It is a good franchise here. We have the views. I don't see that it's ending. I think it's just going to be some changes that's going to be made. We may not be a season 4 right out the gate, but I think it will come back with the season 4. It just makes sense.
I want it to come back, actually.
Yeah. You know, I said this last season at the reunion, if it was managed right. And I thought going into how it started, it looked like we was on the right track. I will say this, because of how things are going in my life right now, and I became more busier doing this season than I was last season. And as the previous EP said on a live, that I didn't have time a lot of times. I probably wouldn't come back as an A cast member. If I did come back, I would probably be a B or a friend of the show, which means I would pop in here and there. But it'll be a choice. It would be my choice. It wouldn't be, oh, we gonna make you a B. If they came to me and said, y'all make me a B, and to come back, hell no. If they actually go back, I would say I'll be a B. Yeah. Because it's a lot, y'all. It takes a lot.
I see that now, you know, seeing how a lot of these shows are being made as they're happening and producing one of the shows myself. I fully sympathize or just understand the gripe and the stress and the job that it takes to make these kind of shows what they are. So hats off.
Yeah. So
reasons why when people be telling me I should do one of those shows, I say no.
I'll just be over here and we'll just talk to the girls.
Yeah, I don't want to do the show.
But
let me pop up so y'all know I'm still here. I'm probably one of the most hated though in the franchise.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I have actually my fan base, and actually I was one of the most talked about talents last season, but it was more like 60% love, 40% hate. And I think it's probably gonna be the same. It's probably gonna increase more love than hate. But
that's normally that's normally how it goes. Because to be honest, me being on outside looking in, it does seem like more people favor you now than they did before.
Mm-hmm.
So you know.
So we'll see.
Well, all right then.
We definitely
go send my love to Charlie.
See, now he's actually going to clip it now. He may not have clipped it before, but he's going to clip it now.
Go send my love to Charlie, and then we go come. Let me tell you how we go do y'all show. The next time we go come on here, and Charlie and I go have a virtual date. I'm gonna order him food to his house, and we go sit here and y'all go ask us questions.
You ready for that?
Idea. Don't steal it. No, just kidding. Scotty was like, hold up. He owned to something. Like, next thing I know, here we go, Scotty, virtual dating show. And I'm going to be like this.
Oh, no. I have no reason to do that.
I'm just kidding.
I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, now, chat. Would y'all be here for that?
Would y'all be here for that? Please say it right now before we go. Would y'all be here for The Prelude presents George and Charlie goes on virtual date.
We have to figure out how that would work because it's like we couldn't just
I
sit here
wonder
and
how would that
stare at
work, though.
y'all.
That would kind of be
We
weird.
could just sit here and stare at y'all while y'all. I mean, I guess it would be like it would kind of be like a boys' night out panel.
Yeah, probably so.
What y'all say? It's a good idea.
Not
yes,
a crap.
I would. I mean, I would want to see it.
Somebody said, "Sure, I would." Not. It's a good idea. Not a bad idea. Lord have mercy.
Listen, and I want production credits, okay? Make sure I'm in the credits. There's a game though. I'm gonna talk to you. I'll send it to y'all. If it's something y'all want to end up doing, these cards y'all can order. I'll tell y'all offline.
Okay. So yeah, we might see what that gives. So Charlie might act like it's beneath the child. We might see what that gives, just to inquire with the other party. We thank George again for his presence here and the bombs of which he has dropped.
At me because he had to get me back. Yes.
We're even now. No, you know how I am. I'll carry shit on. I ain't done with you yet. No, just kidding.
You see, they've had a rapport.
Shit, okay.
They've had a rapport. This is the first time that George and I have ever got to really interact.
No, because I never really interacted with George until we was on
a couple Sundays ago, and
when we was on Ebby's
brunch.
Yeah, and I was laughing at him the whole time we was up there.
I'm thinking he like watched the reviews.
And he came on. I said, "Hey, Scotty." He was like,
yeah.
And I said, "Do we look the same age?" You know, I ain't let that one down. There was a lot you done said about me, but that age thing, I was like, yeah.
Damn. Oh my god, this is so much fun. I love it when we have the good shows. Our good shows. Good vibe. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get out of here, you guys. Is there anything left that we wanna say before we leave out, Scotty? Any announcements?
Just Boys Night Out tomorrow night at 9:15 Eastern Time, 8:15 Central Time. That's it.
Okay, good. Any last words? Any parting words, Mr. Sloan?
Nope, not at all. Why your voice sound like that?
Wait, does it sound robotic or something?
It sounds deeper. Maybe it's just maybe my connection went in and out. Okay, I'm sorry. No, thank you all so much for having me. It's been an amazing time. For the people that's in the comments, I appreciate y'all. I didn't watch the comments, but thank y'all so much for coming out and watching it live. I mean the show. I really appreciate you all. Thank you, and thank y'all.
We had about 60 people. I think was the most we had watching. So okay, that's a cute little number. Right after the episode. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. We're gonna chit chat for a few.
You know, some of them over there at TTB. That's why we could have had way more than that, but they were there at TTB, child.
She always lies. She be live 8 hours a day.
So
there's always something going on over there. So. But we good.
But all right, y'all.
Watch the one you gave me earlier. Shit.
Right.
All right. See y'all later.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
See y'all later.